We know there isn't one extra word in the Torah. Yet in this week's parsha we find the following story. Noach, after the flood, gets drunk. And the Torah says he's laying in the tent, drunk. Shem and Yafes hear the report that dad is drunk and naked in the tent. The Torah says they take a blanket and they put it on their shoulders and walk inside the tent backwards to not see their father. They cover their father, go out of the tent. The nakedness of their father they did not see. But since every word in the Torah is precise, the question is, once the Torah already told us they walked in backwards, why does it have to say they didn't see the nakedness of their father? Obviously, the point of walking in backwards with the blanket of nakedness and shame. So why is it? It's a story that I told not long ago on Rosh Hashanah about and he goes over to an older man. He says, "Do you remember me?" He says, "No." He says, "I was your student. You were my Rabbi back in yeshiva." The man with the white beard says, "Really? You were my student? I don't remember. What's your name?" "Oh, yeah, now I remember you, yeah." "So what do you do now?" He said, "I became a Rabbi too." He said, "Really? Why did you choose to become a teacher?" He said, "Because you inspired me." He said, "Really? What did I do that inspired you to become a teacher?" He says, "You don't remember what happened? One day, some kid came to school with a new watch. And I was tempted by the new watch. And when he wasn't looking, I stole the watch. The kid came crying to you, and you said, 'Whoever stole the watch should return it right now.' I was too ashamed. I kept it in my pocket. And then you said, 'Okay, I'm going to line up all the kids in the classroom against the wall, and I'm going to check their pockets to see who stole the watch.' And I was so scared. I said, 'Oh no, I'm going to be caught red-handed with the watch in my pocket. I'm going to be revealed as a thief. Everyone's going to ridicule me, and I'll be permanently labeled and stereotyped as the thief of the classroom.' And I was shaking inside. I said, 'This is it. My life is over now.' And then you did something incredible. You said, 'I'm now going to check all the pockets of the students, but first everyone close their eyes. So no one should know who stole the watch.' And you saved my life that day. And I'll never forget the impact you had and how one good decision of a teacher could change a student's life. So I was so inspired, I decided to become a teacher." And then the young man says to the rabbi, "How can you not remember this story?" And you know what the rabbi said? "Because I also closed my eyes." You see, very often in life, we seek to blame others and criticize others and point out their shortcomings, their failures, their flaws. What we really should be doing is trying to fix the problem, not affix the blame. And therefore the Torah says they went in backwards. You know why? They didn't want to see their father in a state of nakedness. They just wanted to cover him up because he was in a state of shame. But the Torah re-emphasizes, but the nakedness of their father they did not see. Why? Because the Torah is saying is when you see someone laying in a position, in a state of vulnerability, humiliation, especially the media loves exploiting that and making a headline out of it to shame the person, to denigrate the person. But that doesn't help the person. Yes, you have to see a person's flaws, but you should try to help the person and correct the person and improve the person and rehabilitate them. But don't try to expose their flaws. Don't look at their shame. Don't embarrass them, because then you don't help the person, you actually hurt the person. And this is the most important lesson in relationships. When we see someone making a mistake, by all means help them, but do it in a way that we preserve their dignity and their honor and help them change for the better, rather than pointing an accusatory finger against them. Because someone said, when you point a finger towards someone else, you're pointing 3 fingers back at yourself. Usually you're just repressing or deflecting your own faults when you try to point your finger and shame someone else.